Hello everyone, this is Rebecca from Rebecca's Beautiful ASMR Addiction. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that you will enjoy hearing the classic. It's The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown by Charles M. Schulz. This was around when I was a kid, and my children watched it, and I hope that it stays a tradition in most families. I'm just sitting here in my rocker, kind of admiring the fall leaves that I got from outside. These are real, and they're off my tree in the front yard. Halloween, the spooky season. Okay, let's begin. I wish this book had had a crinkly cover, but we'll just deal with it. It's beautiful. It's made of cloth. Very classic, very classy. Nice big pages, and I can write my name here, or whoever I give this book to can write their name in it if they want. Okay, this is the first front page. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. And they introduce it again, peanuts. It says, an imprint of Simon & Schuster Children's Publishing Division. Okay. It was a special time of year. The air felt brisk and cool. The colorful leaves fell from the trees. The pumpkins were ready to be picked. It was fall, and for Linus, Lucy, Snoopy, and Charlie Brown, that meant Halloween was almost here. Cute. I'm going to be saying that on every page. There's one last leaf falling down on the pile, and Snoopy and Charlie Brown are watching it. It also meant football. One afternoon, Lucy approached Charlie Brown. "I'll hold the ball, and you come running and kick it," she said sweetly. But Charlie Brown shook his head. He knew what Lucy was up to. "You just want me to come running up to kick that ball so you can pull it away and see me land flat on my back," she said. "This time you can trust me." She held out a piece of paper. "See? Here's a signed document testifying that I promise not to pull it away." He felt excited. This year he was really going to kick that football. Charlie Brown got a running start, but as usual, Lucy pulled the ball away as he got close. "Ah," said Charlie Brown as he flew into the air. "Peculiar thing about this document," said Lucy. "It was never notarized." Poor Charlie Brown. Lucy's never gonna let him kick that football. That's something that happens in the Charlie Brown television shows quite a bit. Meanwhile, Linus was busy with his own fall tradition. He was writing his annual letter to the Great Pumpkin. "Dear Great Pumpkin," Linus began, "I am looking forward to your arrival on Halloween night. I hope you will bring me lots of presents." Charlie Brown was curious. "Who are you writing to?" he asked. Linus smiled And then he explained, this is the time of year to write to the great pumpkin. On Halloween night, the great pumpkin rises out of his pumpkin patch and flies through the air with a bag of toys for all the children. Charlie Brown just shook his head as he walked away. Even Snoopy laughed as he walked by. They don't show Snoopy in the picture, but Charlie Brown's probably thinking, oh, good grief. Linus kept on riding. Soon his sister Lucy came by. Not again, Lucy complained over his shoulder. Writing a letter to a pumpkin? You make me the laughing stock of the neighborhood. But Linus still wrote, everyone tells me you are a fake, but I believe in you. She's looking at him with such a dirty look on her face. A little while later, Sally walked over. She wanted to know what Linus was doing. Linus told her all about the great pumpkin. Would you like to sit with me in the pumpkin patch on Halloween night and wait for the great pumpkin? I'd love to, Linus, said Sally. You can see that Sally has hearts over her head, and I guess that means that she is in love with Linus. She loves him. Finally, Linus was finished writing his letter. And how do you think you're going to mail that letter? Lucy asked. You can't possibly reach the mailbox, and I'm not going to help you. But Linus had an idea. He used his blanket like a lasso to open the mailbox. Then he tossed the letter in. Nothing could stop him from sending the letter, his letter, to the great pumpkin. Linus knows how to do a lot of things with his blanket. Comes in handy for him quite a bit. As Linus went proudly back inside, Charlie Brown came running up to Lucy. I got an invitation to the Halloween party, Charlie Brown told her. He did a happy dance. It's the first time I've ever been invited to a party. Lucy frowned. If you got an invitation, it was a mistake. There were 2 lists, one to invite and one not to invite. You must have been put on the wrong list. But Charlie Brown didn't care what Lucy said. He had his invitation and he was going to that Halloween party. He's so happy. Soon it was Halloween night. The kids all changed into their costumes for trick-or-treating. Lucy was a witch. Let's see. We see 2 witches here, so let's see. Lucy was a witch. Sally was a ghost. So there's 3 ghosts here. Sally was a ghost. She was afraid of her own costume. You can tell this is Pigpen because there's a cloud of dust here. But he also had a little trouble with the scissors. So this is Charlie Brown, he went as a ghost, but he cut too many holes. Pigpen was a ghost, a very dirty one. Even Snoopy had dressed up. He was a World War I flying ace. "Now I've heard everything," exclaimed Lucy. As Snoopy marched in a different direction, the little group hurried off to start trick-or-treating. They soon ran into Linus in the pumpkin patch. "Have you come to sing pumpkin carols?" he asked them. "You're going to miss all the fun, just like last year," Lucy told him. But Linus didn't care. He knew the great pumpkin was on his way to this pumpkin patch. "You really think he'll come?" Sally asked. As everyone left to go trick-or-treating, she was torn. Should she go with them or stay with Linus? There's Sally. I'm sure that must be Lucy. Sally decided to stay. "I'm glad," said Linus. "You'll see the great pumpkin with your own eyes. Each year, the great pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch that he thinks is the most sincere. He's got to pick this one. I don't see how a pumpkin patch could be more sincere than this one." Meanwhile, the other kids had arrived at their first house of the night. "Tricks or treats," they cried. One by one, candy was thrown into their bags. "Can I have an extra piece of candy for my brother?" Lucy asked. "He couldn't come with us because he's sitting in a pumpkin patch waiting for the great pumpkin." See, she's got, whoever this is throwing popcorn, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of candy that they're giving to Lucy. That's pretty generous, huh? The kids compared what they got. "I got 5 pieces of candy," said Lucy. "I got a chocolate bar," said Violet. "I got a quarter," said Schroeder. "I got a rock," said Charlie Brown. Soon everyone's bags were filled with candy, except Charlie Brown's. His bag was filled with rocks. But he didn't let that get him down. It was time to go to the Halloween party. On the way, Violet wondered where Snoopy, the World War I flying ace, had gone. He's over here. He's probably getting ready to take off on the next dawn patrol, answered Charlie Brown. Soon the group passed by the pumpkin patch. "Has the great pumpkin been by?" taunted Violet. "You think you're so smart," Sally called. As the laughing group continued along, "He'll be here, you can bet on that." You see, she's giving them a lecture. Sally turned to Linus. "All right, where is he?" "He'll be here," Linus assured her. "I hope so," said Sally. "Just think of all the fun we're missing." And Linus is so excited as he's explaining. Violet's painting a pumpkin face on the back of Charlie Brown's bald head. Not very many children are bald, but Charlie Brown is. So, across town, the Halloween party was in full swing. There were games and music and pumpkins to decorate. Violet, Patty, and Lucy wanted to draw the perfect face on their pumpkin, but how would they know how to draw on it? "You'll have to model for us," Violet told Charlie Brown. "You'll be the perfect model," agreed Patty. Charlie Brown felt honored. He sat down on a stool. Violet turned him around. That's when he realized they wanted to use the back of his head as a model for the pumpkin. I guess they're gonna carve pumpkins, but they've already been trick-or-treating, so I don't know why they would do it then. I don't know. Just a fun thing to do, I guess. Next, it was time to bob for apples. Lucy went first. "This is the way to do it." She stuck her head in the barrel and came up with an apple. "And Snoopy." "Black," she cried. "My lips touched a dog lips." "Get some hot water, get some iodine, get some disinfectant." That's what she usually says when she gets kissed by the dog. Snoopy danced along while Schroeder played the piano. Then he figured it was time to continue on his journey as a World War I flying ace. He sniffed his way to the pumpkin patch. There he is, just crawling slowly through the grass in the dark of the night toward the pumpkin patch. Sally was just about fed up. Where was the great pumpkin? Linus tried to reassure her. "Just think, Sally, when the great pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch, we'll be here to see him." All of a sudden, Linus heard a voice. "What's that?" he asked. He watched as a dark figure appeared in the pumpkin patch. "There he is! It's the great pumpkin!" Linus shouted. He was so excited that he fainted. Can you tell who that is? When Linus awoke, Sally was waiting for him. "What happened?" Linus asked. "What did the great pumpkin leave us? Did he leave us any toys?" Sally couldn't contain her frustration any longer. "I was robbed," she shouted. "I spent the whole night waiting for the great pumpkin when I could have been out for tricks or treats. Halloween is over and I missed it." She pointed at Linus. You kept me up all night waiting for the great pumpkin, and all that came was a beagle. A beagle. And of course, that beagle was Snoopy. Look at her face. She's so upset. As Sally left, Linus called after her. It won't be long now. If the great pumpkin comes, I'll still put in a good word for you. Linus gasped. He said, if? Was he starting to doubt the great pumpkin too? The hours ticked by. After a while, Linus fell asleep. He was shivering under his blanket when Lucy came out to get him in the very early hours of the morning and tuck him into bed. He looked so sad, and Lucy does love her brother. Later that day, Charlie Brown and Linus met up. Well, another Halloween has come and gone, said Charlie Brown. I don't understand it. I went trick-or-treating, and all I got was a bag full of rocks. Charlie Brown looked at his friend. I suppose you spent all night in the pumpkin patch, and the great pumpkin never showed up. Nope, said Linus. Don't take it too hard, Linus, Charlie Brown said. I've done a lot of stupid things in my life, too. Linus furrowed his brows. Stupid? What do you mean, stupid? Just wait till next year, Charlie Brown. You'll see. Next year, I'll find a pumpkin patch that is really sincere, and I'll sit in that pumpkin patch until the great pumpkin appears. He's really giving him a talking to there. That's the end. Just wait till next year, Charlie Brown. You'll see. Next year at the same time, I'll find a pumpkin patch. It's all right there. He goes on and on. Just you wait, Charlie Brown. Next year, next year. There's Charlie Brown and Linus. He's yelling at him the whole time he's walking away. How cute. Linus believes in the great pumpkin. Isn't that a pretty book? I got this from the Vermont Country Store catalog. And I'm going to wrap this back up and give it as a gift to my grandchildren. I hope their parents will read it to them and continue the tradition of the Charlie Brown special, It's the Great Pumpkin, by Charles M. Schulz. Good night, everybody. Happy Halloween.